One of the most extraordinary sections of Judaism in the Sephardic world are the Syrian Jews. They have a very, very long tradition, and they, Baruch Hashem, have a large amount of Talmidei Chachamim in their history, and so on. And their, major achievement in history was in Aleppo, Syria. And which some say even tracks back all the way to the times of Avraham Avinu, where Aleppo really connects to the word chalav, which is milk, because Avraham Avinu, when he would, he was a shepherd, he would go down a certain hill, I believe, and this would be where the milk was, and so on and so forth. So the whole word Aleppo and all that has a deep meaning, which I'm sure you would love if you search into it. Deep meaning all the way tracking back to Avraham Avinu. All the way back to Avraham Avinu. Now, these righteous Syrian people, Syrian Jewish people, they kept their community very, very close. And they had 4 entrances to the community. 4 gates. But for them, Torah was everything. Although they were successful, they made money, and so on and so forth, they were very successful history. Many of them were very rich, not just now, but in throughout history. They went through their tough times, but nonetheless, they would have been a relatively wealthy part of Judaism. Throughout history, Hashem blessed them. Now, but they had the blessing of the Torah, because they kept everybody close, even to this day. They're very close communities to a certain extent. It's a very close community. They marry each other and so on more than others. Now, although I've spoken against certain things that, with regards to conversion, as they do it, I completely disagree, and that's also because Vadia disagreed, but it's irrelevant here. Their tradition is unchallenged. It's, Baruch Hashem, very healthy and good, and in Torah history. Now, one of the things they did, if you look at some of the history, if you look at some of the things, is that they had these 4 gates. If you want to enter, you want to exit Aleppo, you have to go to one of these gates. But to remind you where you're going, to remind you where you're coming from, each one of the gates had an extraordinary thing that would instill Yirat Shamayim into you in a second. Now, I only remember 2 out of the 4 sides. So don't ask me what's the other 2. One gate had a nail, a fingernail in it. And anyone that saw that fingernail immediately became scared, and if he even thought about violating Shabbat, he never thought about it again. A fingernail. You know why? Because it was one of the fingernails of the Nephilim, the giants. The giants from the times of Noach, times of Parashat Bereshit. The giants, the Nephilim, they had one of those nails at the gate. You go there, oh, nail. 1,000 times the size of a regular person's. The nail. So a person feels strong, just lifted some weights, made $1 million. Now I'm going to do whatever I want. Oh, wow. That's just a nail, and Hashem destroyed all of them? Oh, okay, I'm keeping Shabbat, I'm going to go to the Shiur. Hey, there's no minyan. Okay, we'll go to minyan. All of a sudden you're scared to death. Why? This is just the nail of a bunch of people that Kadosh Baruch Hu destroyed just like that. Just like that. That was one. Another gate had a little jar. In that jar was sand, but it wasn't any type of sand. Sand and rocks. What kind of sand and rocks? From the river Shabbatyon. What river is this? This is a river that's mentioned in the Gemara and in the Midrashim. That this is a special river that spits out rocks, meaning it's a river of sand, but it's unique. What's unique about it? It's violent throughout the whole week. Goes up, goes down. No, it's not a relaxed river. Aside from the fact that it's a river of sand, which is in itself amazing. What's even more amazing is that this river keeps Shabbat. On Shabbat, doesn't move. Anyone that needed proof about Shabbat being from Hashem, anyone that needed to know what time Shabbat starts, today, this week, and then again next week, at the time of next week, because the sun continues to change, right? You need to know what Shabbat came in. You go to the gate in Aleppo, you look at the jar, you see in the jar, Shabbat come in, stop. Shabbat come in, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. People that see things like that don't have a problem keeping mitzvot. Why? You see, HaKadosh Baruch Hu through his creation. So, this is why they were able to keep their tradition for so long, and Baruch Hashem, continue to. Now, the whole goal of what they would teach, the rabbis would teach their fellow Jews in the Syrian community, was Yirat Shamayim. They would teach them Musar, they would teach them to fear Hashem. Why? Because once you have that, we can build on that.
B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh v'Natzliach, we're very excited to offer you the new Be'ezrat Hashem app 3.0. It's a newer, faster app, full of Torah, lots of Kedusha by the shiurim that we do, myself, Rav Ephraim, Rav Chaim, where you'll have also newer features where you're able to use the app while you're using other applications on your phone. You'll be able to share the lectures directly from the app. You'll be able to donate online and support our Cube and our Torah work that we're doing. And the most exciting feature is that you'll be able to actually ask questions directly on the app and get answers from the rabbis directly from the app. This is something unprecedented, and Baruch Hashem will be able to offer it. Thank you again for all of your support. Check it out. Make sure you have the kosher Torah that will re-energize your neshama each and every single day. Call to B'chav Hatzlacha.